Welcome into YSN, everybody. I'm your host for tonight, Eric Hughes, and tonight I have a special guest with me. He just recently got signed by the Mahoning Valley Scrappers, and he made his minor league debut on Friday night. He's a former Charlotte Wildcat, and he's currently playing for the Westminster Titans, as you can see by his shirt. He's also a good friend of mine, and he's also a former classmate team of mine. I actually graduated with him. Welcome in, Hunter Stellato. How you been, man?
Good, thanks. Appreciate it. It's nice to talk to you, buddy.
Nice to talk to you too. Thanks again for doing this. I know you got a busy schedule, all being a minor leaguer.
Yeah, it's a great experience.
Yeah, but like I alluded to, you made your debut on the mound last Friday night. Can you just describe to me what that felt like being out there on the biggest stage you played on so far?
Yeah, so I mean, just taking the mound and it just took me a second. I mean, I had to jogged out to the mound and I heard him say my name over the speaker, and it just took me a second to finally step on the mound. I just looked around, saw everybody cheering, and it was just it was just a great experience. Just because I remember being in their position, cheering for the team, and it was just it very emotional just to take it all in. I mean, it was a great feeling.
Oh yeah, I bet. But can you compare for me playing college ball to playing in the minors, although you're just getting started? And can you explain any adjustments that you've had to make, if any?
Yeah, so I'll do the comparison first. I mean, it's a much different atmosphere. I mean, playing in college, you get like your family to come out and watch, and you're used to seeing guys, that you've heard about a little bit, and I mean, you get used to like it's a fun atmosphere. It's almost like playing in high school a little bit, just a little step up. But I mean, playing here, I mean, you got hundreds of people, almost 1,000 people coming out and watching you play, and you feel like all eyes are on every single pitch, and you got people cheering and yelling and trying to get in your head, and it's definitely a big atmosphere change. But and then I mean the skill level. I mean, you got great players in this league. I mean, it's just an honor to even be on the same field as them. To be honest, I mean, you got guys that are going to be future big leaguers, and it's overwhelming is what it is, and I'm just thankful to be able to be a part of this.
Yeah, Francisco Lindor is once a Mahoning Valley Scrapper, actually.
Yeah, there's a lot of players. I mean, I know some of my favorite guys growing up played for the Strappers, so it's pretty cool knowing I'm wearing the same jersey as those guys.
Yeah, I bet. So, Hunter, you were also a catcher in high school. In fact, you were the starting catcher. That was your main position. But once you got to college, you decided to commit to pitcher full time. Can you explain why you made that decision and how the transition has been?
Yeah, so I played in a local summer league in Youngstown, and I just happened to pitch in a game on the right day, and I got scouted out of that game, and it definitely catching my whole life has definitely had an impact on my pitching because you learn the game from the other way, so you learn how to throw to certain guys and you learn their swings, and it's definitely had a big impact on my career. But in college, the transition's been great. I have great college coaches who have really helped me out, and I've come so far just from where I've begun, and I still have another 2-3 years left in me. So like I said, I'm really fortunate in my college coaches, and they've helped me with the transition big time. I mean, it's it's just crazy to see where I started and where I'm at now.
Great. So, how much has that experience behind the dish really impacted your pitching? If you could elaborate more on that.
Yeah. So it made me understand the game a lot more. I mean, there's so much that goes into catching, and I mean catchers deserve way more than they get. Like,
Agreed.
yeah, I mean they run the game, and just having that background knowledge of how the game runs and everything. I mean, I know exactly how to throw to a certain guy based off his swing, and that's something you don't learn from playing in other positions. I mean, I'm not discrediting any other position because everybody's just important as the next, but you get you get a lot of experience behind the dish that it makes you really appreciate the game for what it is, and you realize how much goes into it. It's like a big game of chess, and catching's definitely helped me. I mean, catching's what made me a better pitcher, is what I'd probably say.
Great, great. So, Hunter, we're all human beings. None of us are perfect, and baseball players aren't exempt from that. So, I mean, if there's one area of your game that you could improve on, what do you think it would be?
Um, so I'd say where I'm at right now is I'd probably say command and location. I mean, throwing a strike is not as easy as it seems. I mean, ideally everyone thinks it's just throwing a ball down the middle, but I mean, there's so much that goes into it, and at this level, I mean, one mislocation, that ball is going over the fence. So I mean, it's a big adjustment. You just got to know. I got to work on my command a little bit, and it. I've learned. I mean, I've always thought velocity was key, but location and movement. I mean, it's very important. I mean, I'm throwing with guys that are throwing 90 plus miles per hour, and it's all about if you're able to locate it or not. You know, anybody could throw a ball hard. It's about you can't leave anything in the wrong spot of the zone. Or like you said, I'm facing some of the best hitters in the world right now at this age, so it's can't make any mistakes like that thrown in the wrong spots.
Yeah, there's a lot more goes into the game of baseball than it seems. I mean, people say it looks easy, it's boring, but it's really not. I tried playing my senior year, if you remember, after not playing for 9 years, and I didn't get my first hit until like what, a month or two.
It's a process. It's not just picking up a bat and swinging. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I credit to the guys that are able to do it. I mean, like I said, I see these guys that are hitting these balls 450, 460 feet, and I mean, it's just you almost feel like you're a fan watching your teammates hit at this level, and it's just like these guys amaze me. And I'm just honored to be able to be a part of them. You know.
Yeah. Anyways, so there's plenty of major leaguers out there that are really inspiring the next generation. You got the Shohei Ohtani's, Fernando Tatis, Jacob deGrom, just to name a few. Which guys in the league today really inspire you? And in fact, are there any guys that you try and kind of model your game after? If so, who?
Yeah. So the guys that really inspire me are guys like you said, like Shohei Ohtani. I mean, that guy's is the future of the game. You know, he's changing up the way the game's played, and he's breaking barriers that never been broke before. But for modeling my game after, I'm a big Cleveland fan, so I tend to watch a lot of film and research on guys like Zach Plesac. I'd say that's probably the one I'd compare myself to when it comes to delivery and windup. We have the same arm slot. He's a guy I really look up to. I was a big fan of Mike Clevenger. But I mean, guys like deGrom, I mean, everybody wants to be like Jacob deGrom. You know, he's one of a kind. Plays for a great organization. You know, great development. I mean, guys like Garrett Cole. You wish like I break down a lot of mechanics. A lot of those guys. And I mean, they're one of a kind though. I mean, it's hard to imitate a lot of those guys. But I'd say Zach Plesac's probably number one on my list for guys I look up to.
Zach Plesac, nice. And speaking of Cleveland, like you said, you're also a Cleveland fan. How do you feel about the Cleveland Guardians? You like the new name?
Um, I mean, the organization's ready for a change. You know, I'm just ready to back up whatever they're going for. Like I said, I mean, they're still the same team to me. I mean, it's just a name on a jersey to me. So as long as they're still a team and they're still in Cleveland, I'm happy.
Right, exactly. So, with the Mahoning Valley Scrappers now, although it's only been a few days, you've had the time though to be around some great baseball minds. Most notably, your manager Coco Crisp. During his playing day, he was a household name, literally, and on the baseball field. You also been around guys like Ron Mayhay, who he's your pitching coach, and he played in MLB for many years, had a successful career as a pitcher. Even your assistant pitching coach, Craig Entish, he was a great bullpen arm in college, and your hitting coach, Vic Butler, was a minor leaguer. Can you describe how it's been being around guys with that kind of baseball knowledge? And have you had any personal conversation with any of them yet?
Yeah. So I mean, first day in the locker room, I was getting my uniform ready, and Coco Christ, I mean, he's a great guy. Came up to me and introduced himself to me, and I mean, I remember when I was a little kid, I used to try to follow him around, introduce myself to him, get his autograph. But I mean, he's helped me so much so far, and I mean, I can't say enough about this whole coaching staff. I mean, it's cool to play for a guy like that, but I mean, like guys like my coach Ron. I mean, I've only worked with him for 2 days so far, and he's helped me out with so much. It's just there's so much extra that you don't understand. I mean, he's been in the league for years, so he knows a lot what he's talking about, and I try to take in every single thing that he could say to me because I appreciate everything that they're teaching me so far. And even if it's just the little things like changing an arm slot or change, I mean, I can't say enough about those guys. I mean, Coach Vic, I don't get to work with him as much. He's a hitting coach, but I mean, he really is. He's really appreciating me, and he's making me feel like I'm a part of the team, and that it's very important to me. I mean, I thought I was going to be the underdog coming in here because I'm a D3 player, and these guys are all future MLB stars. But I mean, everyone's been so appreciative of me, and Coach Vic's really stepped up and done a lot for me. And like I said, Coach Craig too. He really just he's another one. Like whenever I'm feeling down on myself, or I feel like I've had my moments where I'm like, wow, like is this really where I'm supposed to be and all that? And he makes me feel like I'm supposed to be a part of this team. So like I said, I have nothing but positive things to say about the entire coaching staff. I mean, it's interesting playing for Coach Coco. I mean, he's a great guy, and he definitely knows what he's talking about the game. But I mean, I appreciate every coach and every opportunity that I get to work with all these guys because it's an opportunity I'm never going to get again. So it really
Yeah.
means a lot for all these coaches.
Yeah, great minds do think alike, which is why I think you're going to fit in well with the Scrappers. I'm almost done here, Hunter, but just real quickly, so only a handful of kids they'll get to where you are as a baseball player. That's the sad but honest truth. But what advice would you give to the kids that are trying to get to where you are?
This is the biggest question. I mean, every game so far, I've stayed after and talked to some of the younger guys that I could, and I never would have. My biggest goal as a kid was play for the Strappers. I mean, this question really hits home for me. Just never give up on yourself. I've been told by some people, hey, just appreciate what you got because you're only going to play for so long and you're not going to make it here. But I mean, it's just to receive this opportunity. I mean, why not you? People say like I've always told myself. I personally have told myself, I'm not good enough to go here. But I mean, just to be blessed with this opportunity, just never give up on yourself. I mean, for you young guys out there, I mean, young kids, if you truly want something, just go for it. That's. I know that sounds very like original and all, but I mean, I feel like I've worked so hard to become where I'm at now, and it's just all finally paying off for me. And it's just the work ethic's got to be there. I mean, if you work hard for something, good things are going to come to you. Never give up
Great,
on yourself. Never think you're not good enough.
great advice. Yeah, I wish you would have gave me that advice while I was still in third grade before I stopped playing baseball because I know I always tell you in private, but I feel like if I would have stayed committed to the game, I could have been. So I'm not going to say major league, obviously, but I could have still been really good.
Yeah, baseball's a tough game, man. I mean, you gotta have a passion for it. It's not something that you could just pick up. I mean, like you said yourself, it's not something you could just pick up after years. It's a grind. I mean, and I've had the best support staff. I mean, even just talking about this Friday coming up, making my first start, my entire hometown has been reaching out to me, and it's the amount of support I've been reaching. It really plays heavy on my heart. It's nice to see everybody that's got my back, and my parents. They've been my back since day one. My grandparents, my girlfriend, her family, everybody's had my back, and it's just nice because I feel like everyone supported me for so long, and I'm finally giving back to the community by showing like all your support means a lot to me, and it's finally paying off. So I'm just trying to give my hometown something to be proud of.
Yeah, you definitely come from a great family, Hunter. And for all the kids who are listening, if you want any advice on just how to be better, not even as a player, but as a person, take advice from Hunter. Because, I mean, outside the baseball field, he's a great person. He's a hard worker. Nothing was handed to him. He got here with his hard work is the reason why he got here. He's just a great role model all around. I'm glad I got to know him throughout high school. And I'm still talking to him today.
I appreciate you saying that, buddy.
All right, well, that's going to wrap things up for tonight. Hunter, thanks again for taking the time to do this. I know you've got a busy schedule.
Yeah, I like you said, anytime. This means a lot for you to reach out, and it just like you said, yeah. I mean, it's been pretty busy the last couple of days, but I'm finally settling in and taking everything in step by step. So I just appreciate you reaching out, and looking forward to seeing you this Friday.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to be there. Hunter makes his first start on the mound for the Scrappers Friday night at Eastwood Field at 7:05. And I'm looking forward to see you there, Hunter. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll talk to you later.
Yep, sounds good. Thank you.